gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Happy Monday, man. Hope all is well with everybody. You know what today is? Today is the deadline to get something done with Mr. Josh Jacobs. Yes, indeed. And we'll get into what my feelings are, what I think is going to happen, and where do we go from there? What is Josh Jacobs' future? We're going to discuss it live today here on, what is it? What is it? Not all at once. Good morning, Raider Nation live podcast with yours truly, Lunatic Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Yes, indeed, man. I hope all is well, man. Happy Monday. Shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Let me go ahead and dive on in. Butt naked with no Speedo. Michael Guerrero style. Butt naked in a Speedo. Oh, how can you be butt naked and in a Speedo? Maybe you in a Speedo when you dive in. But once you hit the water, your Speedos come off, so then you butt naked. Okay, yeah, we'll just go with that one. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. We got NorCal Raider Jesse in the building. Top of the morning to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. We got what? Raiders content in the building, man. Good to see you, man. Top of the morning. Let me move this thing out the way. I can't see shit. There we go. Hold on, I gotta catch up to the chat, man. I'm way down there and shit. All right. All right, we got Raiders content in the building, man. Salute to you. Good morning, Raider Nation. Jason in the building. Just wanted to say sorry for yesterday. Today he should be on at 2 o'clock or something. What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday, Jason? You said 2 o'clock today? Oh, your show or something? Oh, I missed it. There wasn't no Dirty Lunatic show Saturday night either, man. I'm telling you. And here I thought Friday was my last day of doing overtime and shit. Nope. These motherfuckers is giving us the whole week at 12-hour shifts all week again. Trying to catch up on the back orders of all that Prime Day shit. Boy, I tell you, but that's all right. I can use the money. I'll sacrifice sleep for that shit. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Hold on, let me get back to it, man. We got Eugene Powell in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Raider Goon in the building. Salute, my guy. Yes, Eagletarian 207. What is the deal, man? My dude. Brian Rodriguez, good morning to you, Tops. Sebastian Gonzalez is in the building. Yes, sir. We got OJ Raider in the building, man. What's good with you, man? Top of the morning. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Michael Guerrero, my dude, man. Tops to you. Thank you for being here as well. And let me see. I seen something else down here, man. Let me go down here and see something. I seen somebody say Navy vet. Tony Shefford in the building, man. Hey, top of the morning to you, my brother. Where's Navy at? Damian Bonds, man, how you been, my brother? You been good? Man, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. I know you out there busy, man, cranking out them hits. You know what I mean? It's good to see you here this morning, man. Good morning to you. Let me see. Where's Navy vet at? Frankie Sanchez in the building. I seen somebody say Navy vet. I'm just looking to make sure I don't miss him. Miguel Santos in the building, man. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Navy vet, if you in here, man, hey, tops to you. I didn't see you. I didn't see you up in here, man. Maybe you just watching or listening from work or something. But always salute to you, my brother's good, man. If you here listening, whatnot, it's all gravy, baby. You feel me? All right, now everybody know what today is. Everybody know what today is. Today's that day. The deadline, I think, is 1 p.m. Pacific for something to be hammered out between the Raiders and Josh Jacobs with an extension, if an extension is even on the table. There's options here. There's like 3 options here that I can think of. One option, get an extension done. Sign it before the deadline, boom, problem solved. Other one, Josh Jacobs go ahead and sign the franchise tag, reports to camp, all that good shit, play for 1 year, and then let the cards fall where they may. Third option, don't sign shit, don't have no extension, don't have no 1 year under a franchise tag, sit out as long as you can until you start collecting checks, which will be at the beginning of the regular season, week 1, show up. But don't show up for the practice. Don't show up for preseason. The checks don't start being sent out for payment until week 1. So you waiting like that because if you get hurt and not be under contract and you don't have no check, you SOL. You done shot yourself in the foot. You feel me? So those are the 3 options. What I think is going to happen, I think he's not going to sign the franchise tag. I don't think the Raiders will get an agreement with him on an extension. And I think that he's going to hold out until week 1. Just, it is what it is. That's just the way the game goes. This ain't the first time a franchise tag player did not want to play under the franchise and wanted to get an extension. You don't always get what you want. We'll see how it unfolds. Is he only here for 1 more year and then the Raiders move on? Or does he eventually sign his franchise tag and some way, somehow, produce better numbers than he did last year? Then that really forces the hand of the front office to be like, hey. But I think they'll be able to afford the money that he would deserve next year when that $30 million of dead cap money comes off the cap. You feel me? And the salary cap should go up. You know what I mean? With the additions of the new TV games, the Christmas Day game. You know what I mean? There's a lot of moves that the league has been making where revenue is coming in. You know what I mean? You got the big deal with YouTube. You added another game to Amazon. You know what I mean? Hey, there's a lot of stuff in the mix, so it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see, man. Like I said, right now you're just gonna play. It's kind of like, remember when Cousins, the quarterback of Minnesota, was going through the same shit? Didn't he get franchise tag like 3 years in a row? Then finally got the extension deal? Even though we can't compare apples to oranges, quarterbacks to running backs, it's a whole different thing right there. You know what I mean? But what is the value of that player to the team? That's the question to ask. And the answer should tell you what that player deserves then. You know what I mean? So this should be a telltale sign. I know last year people saying a prove it deal, but you got to make sure it's not a fluke. Right now I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm going to speak for both Jacobs and I'm going to speak for the team as far as their approach to this whole negotiating thing. From the team standpoint, okay, he had a good year. Damn good year. But even out of Josh Jacobs' mouth, he said he left a lot on the field. So when you say something like that, that's telling me you really didn't do what you could have done. Is it because of effort or lack thereof? I don't know. Don't know what it was. Maybe, the slow start of the season, those first 3 games, you know what I mean? Then you start amping up the carry total and then he start producing. So now, this year right here, he could put up some good marks, depending. But I think that offense, a lot of people's not giving the offensive line credit for what they've done, but they've done a hell of a good job to get, because Josh Jacobs, when you see him run, when he hit those holes, it seems like most of the time that offensive line is engaged with the defensive line to open those holes for him. You know what I mean? as much as we like pick and choose like certain individuals on the offensive line that either is hurting us or could do better, Illuminor is one of them. But after I went and looked at every penalty that he got last year, he got 10 penalties. That's a lot. That's a lot. But here's the thing though, with Illuminor, and this is gonna go to, because you know there's some runs that Josh Jacobs had that got negated because penalties. You know what I mean? Some of them were Illuminor. So with 10 penalties, 6 of those 10 penalties were false starts. That's mental error. That's not getting beat by your man. That's not remembering the fucking snap count, or you're reacting to the defense rather than reacting to the ball. That's fixable. That's a simple ass fix. False start. You know what I mean? 6 of the 10 was that. So you take away those false starts, now you're left with 4. And I think there was about two or three that were holding. One was illegal man downfield or illegal receiver down. Some shit it was. I can't remember. Do I got that information? Hold on real quick. Oh yeah, I got his shit right here. Okay, Illuminor. 10 penalties. He had false start, offensive holding, false start, chop block, illegal. What did I say? Oh, illegal block above the waist, offensive holding, false start, ineligible downfield pass, false start. So yeah, the majority were false starts, but then you have these other penalties that, like I said, I don't mind a holding call if it's protecting your quarterback. If you do get beat, because there's times offensive linemen will get beat, and I don't give a damn how good they are. You know what I mean? You can't show me one offensive lineman that did a combination of no pressures and no sacks. Not one. You can't show me no offensive lineman. I don't care if they Pro Bowl 5 years in a row on their way to the Hall of Fame. You will not show me one offensive lineman go through a whole season and not give up no pressures or no sacks. Plain and simple. And even with the 10 penalties that Illuminor had, he gave up 3 sacks. But Bars gave up 6 or 5. Alex Bars gave up 5 and somebody gave up 6. Was it Mumford? No, Parham gave up 6 sacks. So between Parham, Illuminor, and Alex Bars, right, that's 14 sacks. Those 3 players alone gave up 14 sacks last year, and yet they were ranked 10th. What happened? And see, one thing I can say about Parham, yeah, he gave up 6 sacks, but you're talking about a rookie compared to these other veterans. Alex Bars, trash. Not as a human being, but as a guard, a right guard, trash. That's why I said Mutai that we got from Denver will take that starting spot. I believe that. 6 sacks, bruh. 6 sacks at guard. 6 sacks. And you're not on an island. You got a center and a tackle on both sides of you. And you give up 6 sacks. Unacceptable. Or no, 5 sacks. I mean, Parham was 6. Still 5 sacks, bruh. You a veteran? That's the kind of stuff we gotta fix. And I think maybe some of it might be hiccups from the system being installed, and they still have to learn that. You know what I mean? And I heard the difference of this offense compared to John Gruden, and this is what our center, god dang it, fucking what's his name, James. This is what James said, the difference between this offense with McDaniels and the offense of Gruden. And here goes a specific thing that separates the two. John Gruden's offense, center calls out the protection. Center calls out protection. McDaniel's offense, the quarterback calls out, more of the quarterback calls out to protection. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, for those out there with offenses, I feel like, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Josh Jacobs. So there's a difference in this offense. So maybe them switching from the way the offense was ran under Gruden going to McDaniels, not maybe. We know the offense is supposed to be more complicated, and every player in the offense says the same exact thing. I don't care what player it is. They all say this is a difficult offense. Adams said that he hit the books and studied because he said he did not want to be the one to mess up and not learn this offense. But there was still they still had to bump their head. So when I look at Parham and his 6 sacks he gave up, that's a rookie. That's a rookie that's learning this complicated offense. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you got to give him some kind of slack to go ahead and be like, well, let's see what he does in year 2. But that's just like with everybody else, too. What do they do in year 2 as well, veteran or not? You know what I mean? But if this line improved by just going through the process of learning it, bumping your head and learning from your mistakes to get better for this coming season, then you can possibly have a better season for Josh Jacobs. It could be, you know what I mean? Because like I said, the thing McDaniels had to do was not only install his offense, he also had to analyze the personnel that was at his disposal to fit in this offense. And that's the only way you're going to figure out, like, okay, he fits, but he doesn't. So we're going to have to get rid of him. We can keep him. But if we get rid of him, we got to get the replacements to fit what we're trying to do. So maybe those replacements are an upgrade because they're better suited for the offense that Josh McDaniels is running. If that is the case, and we did get better players suited for this system on the offensive line, then you possibly could have a better season for Josh Jacobs in his offense. With the addition of a Michael Mayer, a healthy Renfro, a Trey Turner, Philip Dorsett, all these weapons, you know what I mean? All these weapons you added could possibly force defenses to not even want to stack the box against Josh Jacobs. Now, you got added, you know what I mean? You really got legitimate a number 2 wide receiver. You got speed now that will keep them safeties back. Be like, hey, we can't bring the safeties down into the box, bro, because you get fucking these fast-ass receivers we got, bruh. They get past anybody. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? So they might not even want to engage by stacking the box against Josh Jacobs if Josh Jacobs if he's killing it. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't stack the box, you can protect yourself from getting hit deep with, you know, having coverage back there. But at the same time, Josh Jacobs gonna run wild. If the offensive line is better improved, if you replace Bars with Mutai, I like Mutai, the guard from Denver. He's a strong-ass guard. An NFL strength-ass guard. The same way that's why they like McClendon Curtis, the undrafted, because of his strength at guard. They said he already has NFL strength. Mutai has NFL strength. I think that might be a better upgrade than Bars. You sit Bars, you bring him in. Bars only come in on emergency or to relieve somebody for a play or two. That's it, bruh. That's it from Bars. You know what I mean? But you do have potential of this offensive line being better. If that is the case, look forward to not just the offensive line. Like I stated, the other weapons added is good. This offense right now, the way it looks on paper, right? It looks very balanced. Very balanced as far as running and passing. Very balanced. So it's like, what do defenses consider to be more of a threat? The run game or the pass game? You're not going to be able to defend both. Either you're going to get help in the box or you're not. Or you're not. It's coming down to that, like they say, choose your poison. Death by knife or death by gunshot. Choose. Knife, it take a little longer to bleed out. Bullet, yeah, you could be done real quick. You know what I mean? So, choose which way you want to go. The end result for you is going to be horrible. You know what I mean? But I don't see teams risking now with this offense. I don't see teams risking stacking the box and allowing Adams, you know what I mean? And like, they're not going to stack the box, bro. I think this could be even a bigger year. And then here's the other fact, though, is in the red zone with Josh Jacobs. Now you have an offense so balanced, it's like Josh might be that one that's open because everybody else they're going to be worried about Renfro, Mayer, Adams. You don't have to worry about speed in the red zone because it's not, you know what I mean? You don't have that much field to really, you know what I mean, pull away from anybody. But you got weapons. Jacoby Myers, Hooper. You know what? It's like, bruh, you got options and you got big targets in the red zone. So it's like, and then the efficiency of Garoppolo in this offense in the red zone is ridiculous. See, I told people it's not about Carr versus Garoppolo. It's about Carr versus Garoppolo in this system. And everybody said Carr struggled with that shit. And that wasn't the only point. The other point I heard was they didn't take players on the team in the locker room didn't take too kindly to Carr crying on the podium. That's what they said. That's just what the rumor came out, that some players didn't take. You know what I mean? Because you got to figure, all these players that's on this team come from different walks of life. And we know different ethnicities, the way we grow up is not all the same as each other. Now, growing up in the inner city in the streets, you're not allowed to cry in football, bruh. Hey, you get frowned upon crying. I don't care if it's passion or not. Crying is not a permitted. That's an unwritten rule. Because the way we look at it as men, as I said, men get a lot of knock, but a lot of black men. We're not supposed to cry. You know, the white men, they don't give a fuck. They, you know what I mean? They're the way they're brought up is different. If you want to cry, son, cry. Which I believe in that too, you know what I mean? But when you got people that wasn't brought up that way, they're gonna look at it like, bruh, this motherfucker weak as fuck. This motherfucker crying. You know what I mean? You're gonna get people that look at like that. The whole team ain't gonna be unified and be like, oh, he showed passion. Some half of them was gonna say that, and the other half be like, man, this weak motherfucker crying over a loss. You're gonna get that. That's inevitable. There's too many people on a team to not have different kind of emotions and different kind of ideologies of what a man is supposed to do and what he's not supposed to do. So I can believe that you have some players that get rubbed the wrong way and be like, fuck that shit. That motherfucker there. Bruh, I never lost a game. It kind of reminds you of when you was a kid. Well, some kids, you know me, like, you lose a game and like you playing Monopoly and you losing, you like about 8, 9 years old, and then since you getting your ass whooped and you lost all your money, you just knock all the pieces off the board. That's, you know what I mean? You can get that kind of frustration and cry. Cause I used to torment like bad kids. I love bad kids. I show their ass, I show them that they not bad. Ask my partners. I used to, man, I got a partner that had, his girlfriend had 4 kids, and the little boys was bad as fuck. Not until I got my ass on their ass and teased the fuck out of them. I make them motherfuckers, fuck you, punk. Suck my dick. I used to have mad at me. But that's what I did. I fucked with bad kids. Show them that they ain't bad. But yeah, they would cry and shit, get mad and cry. But that's some kid shit. Adults, I'm not crying because I lost no fucking game. Man, if I lose a game, I'm like, next week, motherfucker, somebody paying for that shit. Somebody gonna have to pay for that shit in blood. We lost. Hey, that shit, he should have cried after that mother. Was it the Saints game what game was it that he cried after? I forgot, man. Hold on, let me look this shit up one time. What did this motherfucker? What game did Derek Carr cry after? Think that's a fucking shame. What did the Raiders do to Derek Carr? Carr in particular was upset that he didn't. Oh no, that he talked about because when he got benched. That's not when he cried. Was it the Saints game? Shit, the Saints game will make a motherfucker, boy. I wouldn't cry. I'd be cussing. I'd be the cussing like a motherfucker. Yeah, I don't think JJ gonna get a long contract, bruh. Nah, you don't wait till, you know what I mean? You got till 1 o'clock. Maybe something happens. And then the other rumor that came out was the reason why Josh ain't signing the franchise tag because he don't feel the team made enough moves to get better. I'm like, bruh, thank God you ain't a GM. Cause I sit back and I see everything that they did. Every move that they made was to get better. Am I wrong, or do y'all not see that shit? Now I know some people was like, oh, we didn't fuck the big names. Fuck the big names. Nah, I don't, you know what? I don't know what. See, that's one thing hard about our front office. They don't leak nothing out for us to even try to have a little bit of information to try to gauge what their thought process is. What is it that what's going through their head? You know what I mean? What is their philosophy when it's coming to this Josh Jacobs thing? Because all we're doing is guessing, and we probably guessing wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not the amount of money that Josh Jacobs is getting that's the question mark. Maybe it's the guaranteed money. Maybe it's the incentives. Maybe, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit that can be a factor in it. And we just don't know because they don't let us know shit until after it's done. You know what I mean? So what is truly the hang up? Is it the per year dollar amount? Is it the guaranteed money dollar amount? Is it the years? Is it the incentives? What is it? We don't know. All we can do is just insinuate and assume. And you know what they say about when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. You know what I mean? So we can only try to guess. It's not even a guesstimate. It's just a guess, period. We can only guess what the fuck the hang up is. And some people don't even look past the fact that there's a hang up. They just look at it like, oh, they're not offering Josh Jacobs the money he wants. How do you know? Who the fuck did the Raiders tell how much they was offering him? We already know what the franchise tag is. But why are we mad at the franchise tag when that's a rule that's implemented into fucking football to help the teams keep players that they want? It is what it is. Wasn't Devontae Adams franchise with Green Bay? It happens. It happens. Josh Jacobs ain't the first motherfucker to be franchised, and he won't be the last. A lot of teams tend not to want to use franchise tags, but we seen it happen year in and year out. It ain't nothing new. It's something that's there for teams to keep players that they want to keep, and it gives them an average of the top 5 players salary-wise at that same position. You know what I mean? So That's where we stand. And we don't know shit. Like I said, it might be noon, and the next thing you know, we got an extension announced. You know what I mean? But I mean, like I said, I don't know. That's why we talked about all three options that could possibly happen. Just because we know one of them gonna happen. You know what I mean? Gotta play the odds. Gotta play the odds. Just like gambling, gotta play the odds. Who was the last player we tagged? We didn't. We were talking about franchise tagging Khalil Mack. Wasn't it? Or did we do it? No, we didn't. No, because we didn't give him that deal. We traded him. Hold on, I'm about to look it up, bro, because I can't tell you offhand, because we don't tend to franchise tag people. Who was the last player the Raiders franchise tagged?
Josh Jacobs.
No.
According to AP News, AP, Josh Jacobs, who led the NFL in rushing last season, has received the franchise tag from the Las Vegas Raiders. A person familiar with the situation said Monday. The person spoke on condition of anonymity because the move hadn't been announced.
Which players in Raider history have been franchise tagged by the team?
According to Fox Sports, the Raiders have used the franchise tag on just 5 other players in their storied history.
Only 5 players.
Icon and Hall of Famer Charles Woodson.
They did Charles Woodson. I remember that shit. Asamoah. Richard Seymour.
Cameron Wembley and safety Tyvon Branch.
Tyvon Branch. We did, and we did Wembley. I remember when we did Woodson, because after that year they let him go, and that's when he went to Green Bay, and that's why he left, because of money. Asamoah, we did franchise tag him, but we ended up giving him, didn't we give him a deal then in 2008? Yes, we did, because 2009 he made the Pro Bowl. Richard Seymour, after we traded for him from New England, that was 2010. We franchise tagged him. I remember that shit. And then in 2011 it was Wembley, linebacker, and then Tyvon Branch in 2012. So 2012 was the last time we franchise tagged a player, and that was Tyvon Branch. God dang. See how many years ago that shit was? So we rarely did that shit. But let's keep it a buck. Hey, let's look at the flip side of it. Did we really have that kind of talent that was a free agent that we franchise tagged? You know what I mean? And to me, Tyvon Branch ain't a player to franchise tag. You know what I mean? He wasn't that dude to get franchise tag to be top 5, you know? But I mean, hey, it all depends on what teams value. Trayvon Branch, man. Hey, for real, 2012. That's a long fucking damn, that's 11 years ago. Shit. But like I said, did we really have talent on this team, friends? I mean, you could have did, if you wanted to, Khalil Mack, but they ended up trading him. So what, you know what I mean? Because I remember the whole thing was they were talking about franchise tagging Khalil Mack, and the argument was, what franchise would you put on him as? Would it be at linebacker or defensive end? Because you know, one position had more value than the other as far as the average top 5. So, you know, teams could have been cheap. If you play both positions, like Mack did, you would probably choose the cheapest contract so it wouldn't cost that much under the franchise tag to keep him. I remember that argument. I was like, oh, that's some cold shit. You franchise tag him at the position that's lesser value-wise. Man, I'm like, oh, that would have been a cold shot to Khalil. Man, hey, you can say that again, Raiders content. A lot of bad moves. Way too many. What happened? Who lost in Pennsylvania? All the heat? Oh, and flash flooding, huh? Yeah, for real. Prayers out to everybody out there, man, for real. Snooze Hernandez. Sam Tanker, good morning to all y'all, man. Yeah, it's a wait and see what the team does, bruh. Like I said, they don't leak shit out. I like the fact that they don't leak shit out. You know what I mean? Because now it's like even the naysayers, they just guessing. The bullshit they be putting out there be like, bruh, how the fuck you know? They not telling nobody shit, but you just like the magical motherfucker that get all the inside scoop from Ziggler and them to tell you, like they really gonna tell you the shit for you to go back and tell the whole world? Fuck no. They not telling you shit. Motherfuckers is guessing, and then they flip the whole thing of what they wrote about the Raiders and Josh Jacobs, and then motherfuckers come out and be like, oh yeah, Josh Jacobs been, I heard the rumor that we made him an offer last Saturday. Not this past Saturday, the Saturday before. And they saying that they're waiting on the first running back to go, you know what I mean? But shit, to get signed. But the running back in Dallas signed his franchise tag at $10 million. Or was it 11? I can't remember. So I'm like, okay. Like I said, we don't know, bro. We sitting there trying to figure this shit out. I bet we'll know at 1 o'clock. Yeah, I guarantee you that. That's one thing I can guarantee y'all. We will know at 1 o'clock today what the fuck happened. Yes. So it's I'm gonna go get me some rest. I'm gonna get up at 3. I'm gonna know everything at 3 unless I hear my phone just go crazy. I'm like, oh, that's all the Raider updates right there. Not all them. Yep, that's all the updates talk about. Josh Jacobs signed a 20-year deal. Yeah, right. Not a 20-year deal. Yes, a 20-year deal worth $150 million. What? So like I said, we all gotta wait. We all gotta wait, bruh. And after they reported, let's see who was wrong with the information they gave out. Let's see what motherfuckers was wrong with the information. You know what I mean? Yeah, Pollard. That's right, from the cow bitches. 10 million. Yeah, he taking his thing. But see, that's you know what I mean. And you can't really compare him to Josh Jacobs either. Josh Jacobs is the one that led the league in rushing. But at the same time, $10 million is not nothing to sneeze at. You feel me? That's not for a franchise tag. 10 mil and it's fully guaranteed. So to me, Josh Jacobs is not even in a bad situation, to be honest with you. He's still pulling 10 mil. And to be honest, if they do give him an extension, I bet money. If they did give him an extension, he's probably still making $10 million this year on an extension. The money's probably just gonna go ahead and go up over the next couple of years. If it's like, I'm thinking like about a 3-year deal. But to be honest with you, in these contracts, the per year amount ain't shit. It's the guaranteed money that matters. You know what I mean? If I sign you to a contract at $16 million a year, but I'm only giving you $20 million guaranteed, you see? The guaranteed money makes that 16 a year look like bullshit. Because that still averages 10 million a year on a 20 million guaranteed. That's why I said that it's the guaranteed money that counts. Because that money is guaranteed. If I want to release you after 20 mil, bruh, I don't owe you shit. That's why they got rid of Carr, because he was going to get 40 million guaranteed if he stayed past that deadline. They let him go. We don't owe you shit. That's 40 million we can use. But like I said, if Josh Jacobs signed us a motherfucking extension, he probably still only making 10. Probably got incentives in there though. I ain't gonna knock him on that shit. It'll probably be some easy made incentives on the contract. You know, maybe if he leads the league in rushing again or in touchdowns, make the Pro Bowl. You know that kind of shit. So, I mean, there's always ways, but I don't know like I said, I don't know what the front office, what their mindset is. What do they value? What is exactly the hang-up? Is it the amount per year? Is it the guaranteed money? Is it the incentives? What is it that's keeping Josh Jacobs? Or did they even offer him an extension? Because that's what it seems like to me. Well, I mean, I can't say that because I don't know. I can't speak on anything I don't know. I don't know if they offered him a deal and he's thinking over it, or he doesn't want it, or you know what I mean? Or they didn't offer anything at all. That's why I said we're covering all aspects just to cover what possibly could be going on. See, a lot of these people just want to insinuate that they're not offering him the per year amount that he deserves. How do we know that? And what is the per year amount that he deserves? I don't think any of us is qualified. I mean, we're all guessing. Because you hear 12 million, you hear 13, 14, 15, 16 per. But like I said, that per year fucking average don't mean shit. What's the guaranteed money? I can sign you for 20 million a year, but only for 3 years, that's 60 million, but only 20 million is guaranteed. The other 40 don't count. You see what I mean? After 1 year, I can cut you and not owe you shit. That's why I said that 20 per year shit is bullshit. What is the guarantees? What am I guaranteed? You know what I mean? That's what it's gonna come down to. All that fucking average per year bullshit that don't matter. Hey, for real. He gonna send out some subliminals. Hey, Eddie Willis, as much as we set it's gonna be hard for the running backs, bro. Cause I'm just telling you, the way these franchises operate, running back is the most expendable position there is. The most expendable. Why is that? What are a lot of colleges running now in the backfield? By committee. You get matter of fact, here's another good example. Josh Jacobs came from a by committee backfield in Alabama, right? Watch this common denominator going on. Watch this shit. So Josh Jacobs comes from Alabama from a by committee running back room, right? Then you look at Zamir White. He comes from a running back by committee in Georgia, right? Britton Brown also comes from a running back by committee because you had Chardonnay, you had him, and I forgot the other back that was there too. So all these backs come from by committee ass offenses in college. You know what I mean? So it's like, bruh, nowadays there's so many running backs in by committee that now there's more of a selection group of running backs you can choose from. Like Josh Jacobs wasn't the main running back in Alabama. But when we drafted him, we made him the main running back. But look how many running backs on that one team that got drafted. And this is not the first time. It's a whole shitload of teams out there by committee ass running backs. You know what I mean? So that means there's more running backs. To me, there's more running backs to draft than damn near any other position. Just like if you look at a college, if you're drafting a quarterback, I guarantee you how many not dual threat quarterbacks, but how many dual quarterbacks teams in college that run two quarterbacks. Like, I'll bring this one in, take him out, bring him in from other plays. How many times do you see that? It's rare. It's rare. But running backs, oh, you got a shitload of running backs. One team got a shitload of running backs. Oregon got running backs. UCLA, USC, Alabama, Georgia, they all go by committee. Because there's a shitload of running backs that's in high school that come from the same fucking theory. Running back by committee. So that means there's more running backs to select. Look, in 2 years, you get rid of, like, say, for instance, okay, don't even count Josh Jacobs well, you can, because he's only been here 4 years. You got Josh Jacobs, who was already here when McDaniels and them got here. Then McDaniels and them brings in Zeus and Britton Brown. And don't forget, Sincere McCormick was stashed away. Well, not stashed, he was hurt, but on injured list. You got 3 running backs in 1 year. 3 running backs. 3 running backs. 1 on injury reserve, 2 you drafted. Georgia and UCLA. And all these motherfuckers come from running back by committee. New England's theory, running back by committee. But it's not just New England. Look at, we're talking about the Cowboys. How many running backs do the Cowboys have? Committee. You know what I mean? You only got a couple of teams out there that really got a, like, for instance, Henry. Of course, you're going to give him that big joker the ball over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Shit, if you had a Marshawn, because these guys can take the punishment. That's why you gave Josh Jacobs, he got banged up last year, but he still played through it. But can he keep doing that shit? So looking at the front office aspect, I don't know what it is that they value in a contract that they feel Josh Jacobs deserves or don't deserve. And then looking at Jacobs' angle, what is it that he wants? And what is it that he needs? I want X amount of dollars per year, but I need guaranteed money. You know what I mean? We don't know what exactly it is. We can sit here and speculate all day, and we can all be wrong. You know what I mean? Until 1 o'clock when we find out, oh shit, this motherfucker signed a 2-year extension. But it's a wait and see. You know what I mean? Wait and see. But it's gonna be interesting. Because if they don't give him an extension, now we get to watch and see how Josh Jacobs handles this. He sits out. Does he wait until week 1 to sign the extension and then just say fuck it and go out there and play and ball the fuck out just to prove to them? Either way it goes, it's going to work in our favor. If he plays on the franchise tag, do you think he's going to go out there and hurt his value by going out there and underperforming? Nope. He got to do this shit all over again. He got to go out there and bust his ass, because even if it's not with us, the next team, he got to show them, yeah, I'm worth X amount of dollars to get his bread. So he got to go out there and do it again. Either way it go, it's going to help the team. It's going to help the Raiders either way. He's not going to sit out the whole season, because that $10 million is going to be gone when he get hit with them fines. But yeah, man, we just got to wait and see, y'all. We just got to wait and see. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Monday. tomorrow, you know we're going to talk about it. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to talk about what happened, if anything happened or if nothing at all. To those that's here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, man, leave a comment and share this video, man. I appreciate it. We are steady growing. We didn't hit 1,200, but we're on our way up to the next one. You feel me? So with that being said, also, if you guys have not followed me on TikTok, it is lunatic_Raider. We are, last time I checked, we are 31 away from 4,000. So, hey, salute to y'all who have followed me on there, man. Got more content coming. Got a lot of shit in the works, bro. I've been busy with 2 channels. But hey, I love what I do. You feel me? Can't be mad at it. Gotta respect it. Gotta love it. Got a passion for it. You feel me? 1 o'clock today is the deadline. Let me see the exact deadline for them to even give him an extension. When is the deadline to offer franchise tagged players an extension in the NFL? Okay. Hold on. Let me find this shit real quick. When is the deadline? When does it occur? When is the franchise tag deadline? 2023 deadline is Monday, July 17th at 4 p.m. Eastern. That is 1 o'clock Pacific time. Typically, the deadline falls on July 15th each year, but since the date occurs on a Saturday in 2023, it was pushed to the following week. What is the deadline? Every year, teams can retain top free agents by applying the tag, a 1-year fully guaranteed contract, but players who receive the tag are not permitted to sign new multi-year deals with their team after the deadline, July 17th. That means if they do not agree to a long-term contract by the deadline, they can only play the 2023 season under the one-year tag. What can players do after the deadline? If a player who received the tag has yet to reach a new long-term deal with his team by the deadline, odds are the two sides are not close in negotiations, and players are not required to sign their tag. So one option is to hold out. If they refuse to sign, they are technically not under contract and therefore cannot be fined. Fined for skipping practice and or games, though they'd eventually forfeit the tag's guaranteed salary. See, so if he does hold out for the season or whatnot, he won't be fined, but he can lose that fully guaranteed $10 million guaranteed salary. The only other option is to sign the tag and play the season under the 1-year deal. So yeah, if he holds out through the season or whatnot, he can lose that guaranteed $10 million. He won't be fined, but if he doesn't sign the tag and hold out, he can lose that franchise tag. So he'll be sitting out for a year with no money. So he, like I said, he'll hold out to a certain extent if it goes to that, but we'll see. We'll see. No, he can't get fined. Eddie Willis, yeah, you can't. If he does not sign the franchise tag, he can't be fined. Only if he signs it and holds out, you know what I mean, they can fine him. But because he's not technically under contract, if he does not sign that franchise tag. So that's why it makes sense as a business, as a move, to not sign it and just, go through your holdout. But either way it goes, he's at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? It's like Ziegler, they got him. Bruh, if you don't get an extension, what can you do? What can you do? even if you hold out past this deadline, you can't get an extension after today. You can't do it. It's done until after the season when that franchise tag contract is up. If you sign it. If he doesn't sign it, he can hold out, not get fined, but he can lose that guarantee because he never signed it. So you can't get paid that guaranteed money without signing the franchise tag. You see what I mean? So he's cornered. Josh Jacobs is cornered. Now, do you want to put him, do a situation where it's bad blood? I don't know. I don't think you would want to. But if he's not included in your future and you feel like you can get, you know what I mean? What Josh Jacobs gives me, I can get out of 2 and 3 backs combined. Like I said, I don't know what the front office is thinking. I don't know what their ideology is when it comes to this. We're all just guessing. I don't think they're that, you know what I mean, naive to go ahead and force a player of that caliber that helped us win some games last year and do him a disservice like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe the hang up is not, you know, it's not clear. Maybe there's some other things in there that Josh Jacobs wants that the team is not really budging on. And usually it's guaranteed money, bro. That per year, like I said, that per year contract is bullshit. Don't ever pay attention to a contract per year. An average don't mean shit. So what if I get a $60 million contract for 3 years? That's $20 million a year, but yet I only get $20 million guaranteed. You see what I mean? That means I can never see that $40 million again. Or ever. Not again, but ever. I only can get that 20. Because if I'm $20 million a year, and that'll make him top dog at running back, because ain't nobody making that. But $20 million a year, and only $20 million is guaranteed, they might just use me for 1 year, feel like, Zeus is ready, Sincere is ready to be the next guy in line to take over. And they let me go or trade me, I'm not going. If they trade me, I can keep the money. But if I get released, they pay me that $20 million and that's it. That other 40 don't mean shit. That's why I say that per year shit don't mean nothing. You got to look at the guaranteed money. That's the only thing that's important. That's the guarantee is the only thing that's important. Your guarantees. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't go to a job that said, look, you come in. If you come in this week and work this week, we can't guarantee you're going to get paid. You just got to come work the whole week and find out if you get paid on Friday. Hell, fuck no, bitch. Friday come be like, hey, thank you for your help, man. We decided not to pay you, but we're letting you go. You done got a free work week out of me? We don't know if we can guarantee you the paycheck, but just come in and work and we'll see what happens. Fuck no. I mean, I believe that the running back by committee can do it. You know what I mean? They can get those yards, bro. But I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you can get 3-4 running backs to get as many as one, that's not a knock on Josh Jacobs. That's just Josh Jacobs that motherfucker's equal to 4 running backs or 3-4 running backs. You know what I mean? So it's not like a knock on him. But teams look at it like, well, shit. We can keep wearing the tread off these running backs by not giving them so many carries and just doing it as a combined group. Because Josh Jacobs had over 300 carries. I'm pretty sure you can get 300 carries out of 3 running backs. They get 100 each. You talk about low mileage. Navy vet. Oh, there you go, my guy. Oh, you just got home? Salute to you, my guy. Hey, thank you for pulling up, man. We just tossing around these little scenarios with Josh Jacobs, man. But yeah, man, like I said, it's just a wait and see. I'm about to jump my yellow ass up off here, man, and get ready to hit the bed. Get my rest in. Got a long overtime week again. But hey, fuck it. It is what it is. Salute to y'all, man. Hey, keep your ears to the ground and your eyes wide open to see what happens with this Josh Jacobs situation, man. Hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll get some damn good news. If we're not lucky, then he gonna hold out. If we're a little bit lucky, he'll sign the franchise tag and say, fuck it, I'll give you one more year and I'm gone. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It's business. Sometimes business don't go in the favor of the way we want it to go. But hopefully it works out for the team. That's all. And I mean production-wise, I mean winning games, that kind of working out. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Monday, man. I will see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here, Raiders Allegiance. Man, it is the Good Morning Raider Nation Live podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for pulling up. And like I always say about this time, hold on, because I got to get my, I don't know if I'm a tenor. I'm sure in the hell ain't no falsetto. I think I can do it. I can do falsetto. Matter of fact, I'm about to do falsetto today. Fuck it. I'm about to shatter some eardrums. Here we go, y'all. I'm out this beat.